Morning to you on this beautiful Friday morning. I almost said Wednesday because I'm live on Wednesdays, but it's Friday morning. So somewhat sunny out there, and we're gonna be doing some spiral staircase today. I'm gonna show you how to do the stitch. We are revisiting these kits because they have been really popular. They're really easy, they're really nice to make, and this is again one of those no-brainer stitches that you can just do and sort of sit there and enjoy making sort of anything. The kits are on the website, are based on bracelets, but if you add a couple of extra strands of crystals to your kit, then you can turn it into a necklace if you like. I'm going to show you them right just in a minute. Good morning, Carol, nice to see you here. Right, okay, so I'm going to turn you down fairly quickly and show you. Spiral staircase is one of my favorite stitches, and I have done so many different things with spiral staircase. Used different beads. We even done it with super jewelers at some point. I don't know. We've done so many lives. We've done so many lives past the 2.5 years. We've been doing the lives almost 3 years actually. March it will be 3 years. That sometimes you forget that like sort of what you've done, what you haven't done. So I'm just gonna quickly say hello, good morning, Camille. Mina is good morning. Sharon, good morning. David, good morning. Sun here from my window. Yeah, the sun just gone in from my window. So David is quite close to me, and we should have the same weather, shouldn't we? Joy Parker, good morning. Debbie, good morning. And Alison, good morning from Cape Town. The beads will be arriving soon, all the way from the UK. Oh, bless you. I bet you're excited and looking forward to it. DIY Dream Weddings, good morning. Debbie, good morning. She said, love a spiral staircase. Me too. Spiral staircase and flat spiral is, oh, well, I can't really say it because then I say herringbone and then I say right angle with all the stitches are my favorite stitches. But spiral staircase I really enjoy because it's such sort of a no-brainer, and I just like you kind of like working in 3D, but at the same time you kind of like stitching flat. So you will see just in a minute. Good morning, Jessica. Camille, hi Mina, how are you? She's they're having a little chat with each other. I love it. Good morning, Charlotte. Elaine, good morning. Gwen, good morning. Annie, good morning. Kim, good morning, lovey. Lucy's here, good morning. And Adeline is here, good morning to you too. Right, okay, I better start because otherwise I'm just going to be sitting here saying good morning to everybody. Right, okay, so I'm going to take you down to the table. There we go. So those are all the different colors, options and samples, and I'm going to show you on the website as well just in a second. They are super, super sparkly because the way how the crystals are on these bracelets, I'm just going to pick up 3 and bring you up close to you. How the crystals are on these bracelet, you can see that the facets around them, they're kind of like sitting all around, and no matter how you turn them, they're always going to be really nice and sparkly bracelets. Sort of I love how the light is catching this, and I just love, I really do love this stitch. You can do it with all sorts of different, you can just do it with seed beads. We've done it with hex cut beads. We've done with all sorts of different materials. It's a really good one to have in the bank, and as well, like you can, if you do it with just with seed beads, it makes a really nice beaded chain necklace, and then you can wear it with any pendant. So I'm going to pop you over to the website. There we go. So by now you know the drill, what you need to do. So you're going to go ahead and just get rid of this little window here. You're going to go ahead and either going to click on the video tutorials right here, or go into categories and press video tutorials right there. You land on this page, and if you are new to this, please do scroll down because we always have the current ones we're doing in there. So what have been doing in January, it's always at the top. So we have done 5 projects in January so far, and then once you scroll down, you can look at all the tutorials going back. So if I go back tutorials by date, can you see we've got January, December, November, all the way like 2022, and then it's going back to 2021 and then even further as I'm scrolling down, it's, you know, it's going back to when it doesn't say like on the button it's a 2020 tutorial, so we started in March 2020. Loads, and every single one of them, like it doesn't really matter which one you click into, they're like May 2021, there are all what we've been doing, it's on there, and we have been doing so many lovely projects, so many that it just I just love it. So anything you fancy, any technique, you can find something for it. Colorwise, you can find you know, a particular bead, and like we've done another category by bead as well, so I'm gonna pop in here, and then you can see like duo beads. They are all 2-hole beads, so we got all sorts of projects with using 2-hole beads. So if you are thinking, oh great, I got gem duos, then what can I do with gem duos, you can pop into that category and have a look. Look, those gem duos, they gem duo earrings, we got so many. And because I'm scroll down, I'm gonna go back one. We got tutorials by technique as well, so you can see bead stringing. If you're into bead stringing, you can have a look at those one. Chainmail, brick stitch, elastic embezzling, all sorts of different ways. So you can find tutorials that way as well if you are into a certain stitch or a certain, like I'm just gonna pop into peyote, and you can see like we have done quite a few projects on peyote itself. So if you fancy peyote stitch and spiral, tubular, there you go. We got so many different ones already on there with spiral and tubular stitches you can check out if you enjoy today's ones. I just wanted to point this out because we do have a lot of questions on Facebook as well, that where can I find your tutorials, and yes, you can find them on Facebook in a certain way on the page as well, but this is the place which is the best and fastest way you can find whatever you're looking for. And if I go into Beaded Beads, I'm just like, I'm gonna go into this one, but underneath it you always have like even kits available if you fancy it. So do check that one out on the website. Right, I'm gonna go back to today's one, which is called Serafina bracelet. Leanne names these bracelets and necklaces so lovely. Like, I'm so bad coming up with names, but she's like, oh yeah, I know, this one looks like a Serafina, and then she goes into it. So she's really good. Right, so we have got many different colors. We have got a rainbow bracelet kit, which is using, and I'm going to show you that one down there, size 8, size 11 seed beads in crystal color, but you do get 10 strands of crystals in there, so therefore you can make 10 bracelets with that one. So value for money, that is the best one today. Now you don't have to make multicolor bracelets, you can make like 10 bracelets with red crystals on, or the aubergine color, or pink or purple, or you know, your tealy color on there. It has got, it's like a rainbow color. All the colors are in there. And then we got black diamond, we got bronze, we got crystal, and like the wedding seasons are going to be coming up, so this is like a beautiful make for that one, because it's crystal AB as well, so it's even sparkles more. Golden mauve, we have got grape, we have got hematite, which is out of stock already. We checked everything yesterday and was in stock, so some of you might have beaten me to it. We got mauve, we got matte blue, we got nebula, we got purple, we got sapphire, we got teal, and we got topaz. And I'm just gonna pop into one of these. I'm gonna pop into the nebula one. So you get a strand of crystals, you get size 8 and you get size 11 seed beads in your kit as well. And then what, a small Toho clasp as well. And then if you want to make this into a necklace, then scroll down here underneath it and check this box here, because 2 extra buy counts will make you a necklace length. So it's like 3 times the bracelet, because you have got enough seed beads in the kit to turn it into a necklace. If you want needle and thread, then check that box as well. And if you would like printed instructions sent to you, because you do get a digital one, but if you would like a printed instruction sent to you, that's an extra 30p on the kit as well. So do check that one out. Right, I am going to come back here. So when I show you and go back to the top, I'm show you them in on the camera as well. What do they look like? So, okay, black diamond is this one. Beautiful color. I love black diamond because it goes with everything. It's got sort of a taupey creamy color to it, but with the grayish silver clad crystals, I think it just goes with anything. It goes with blues, it goes with neutral colors, blacks and whites, loads and loads of different ones. So that's black diamond. Oh, let's step back one, the rainbow one. So this is the rainbow one with the crystal seed beads, and you have got all the beautiful different colors of crystals in that kit. Next one is the bronze. I just seen a comment from Lucy which I need to address it. She said, what do? I tell hubby I want it. Oh, bless you. So this is the bronze. I'm just going to scroll back a little bit. Natalie's here. Good morning, Lucy. So get them all. Well, I bought 4 kits last night. Kitty did this. Oh, bless you. Pauline, good morning. Rachel, good morning. Rena. Lucy popped the link in there, so please do check that one out. Can I pop this in? Yeah, check that one out. That's on Facebook. So sparkly, absolutely. Love a spiral stitch. I made necklaces before. However, now I will make bracelets. Yeah, you know me. I love bracelets. Like bracelets are my favorite. Debbie said I did this with microcrystals. Yeah, that would look really good as well. And maybe we could do that one. Oh, Debbie, you just given me an idea. I'm gonna steal that one. I'm gonna go and try it out after. Using smaller beads, perhaps 11s and 15s. That would look really good. Lucy's saying might treat herself for the rainbow bundle. Right, I'm going back down with the comments. She's kitty my hair. Oh, bless you. Right, okay, let's crack on with the colors. So the bronze, the last one I'll show you, crystal, with the crystal AB finish. This is gonna be sort of, because it's so white, maybe if I bring it down a bit, very, very sparkly. Next one is the golden mauve, which is the one with the gold size 8s and the pink size 11s. Beautiful, beautiful color. Next one is sapphire, no, the grape. Next one is the grape, which is this one. I love these crystals, the rainbow crystals, and I love using these rainbow crystals with especially with the grape seed beads. And if you kind of like seen and bought some of our previous kits, I do use this combination quite a lot. So you might have made necklaces or earrings or anything to go with that one. I'm not going to show you the hematite one because that is out of stock on the website. Next one is the mauve, which this is baby pink crystals, and they are sort of a milky finish. So if you don't like too much sparkly but just a tiny bit of sparkle, then this is the one you want to go for, because it's not it's just nice. I love this milky finish because it's just a really nice effect. Next one is the matte blue. Where is that one? What did I do with one? I don't know what I did with the matte blue. I had it here earlier. I was picking the kits. Oh dear. Never mind. Which one is that one? Maybe that one? No, it's a different one. It might turn up. I haven't got, usually have Leanne here, and I would be like, down, Leanne, quick, find me the bracelet. But I haven't got the matte blue. The sapphire, it's like a sapphire bluish blue. Yes, I'm sorry, I can't show you that one. So the next one is Nebula. I love using darker seed beads with lighter crystals. But this one again is a milky finish. I love. Next one is purple. With here the seed beads are darker and the crystals are lighter. Again, I love this combination. The matte blue you got in a necklace, remember? Oh, perhaps. Yeah, perhaps. I'll at the end I'll go and have a look, because I have been reorganizing quite a lot of the samples, so I know. Next one is the teal. What we missed? I love this color. This is my color, and this is what I'm going to demo with, and I think it shows up very well on the camera as well. Next one is the sapphire. I love. And last but not least is the topaz. Right, I'm going to show you how to start this stitch off, and kind of like there is two different ways you can do it, because you could start by the clasp and work your way through a bracelet or any of the and anything you make a necklace. What I love about this stitch, that you can start right in the middle. So I will take a length of thread, but I'm not going to cut it off from the bobbin. So I'm going to leave the bobbin on, because what you can do with this stitch, that you can continue your stitching to the other way. And when you continue your stitching the other way, you got less. You take the same amount of thread from your bobbin when you're ready to turn around, and it's like a continuous beading, so there is no joining. And because I find, like, when you make a bracelet or necklace or any piece of jewelry, it takes a long time just to like weave the ends in, and then I'm gonna have to thread my needle live which is always like, I don't know, I'm finding it harder and harder to thread the needle, so perhaps I should go and get an eye check. All right, so I'm just going to bring this spiral up to you and show it to you. So what we're going to be doing, there in the middle, there are the size 8s. And have I got one? Probably it's better to show you on this one because they're different color. So can you see the gold ones in the middle? They are our size 8 seed beads, and we call them us core beads. And we are going to stitch around these beads and always sort of stitch around and move along, stitch around and move along. And then you got the size 11s next to the crystals sitting there, and either side of the crystals. Now, when any sort of crystal I use, even if I do rondos, I always like to add a seed bead to either side to kind of like protect the stitch itself, because sometimes with crystals you can have a little bit of a sharp end, and by adding a seed bead next to it, you kind of like protecting the thread. Kimberly saying coffee. Yeah, thanks. I always forget. I like just keep going on and on and on. Click my link, Christine. So, oh yeah, Lucy put the link in there again. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pick up 4 of our size 8, and you're gonna pick up like, I kind of see the core, count the core differently from the other side. So these are my core beads. I'm going to pick them up. That's 4. And then I'm going to pick up my pattern, which is, oh, the crystal. We need the crystal. Let me just quickly undo this strand. So, come on. You can't add crystals on the bracelet if you got if you haven't undone the strand. So, and then that's my core beads. This is what I'm starting with. Then I'm gonna pick up 1 seed bead, and I'm trying to zoom in a little bit more so you can see it better. 1 seed bead, 1 crystal bead, and 1 seed bead. I'm gonna go from my tail end. So my tail end is here where my bobbin is, and I'm going to come through all 4 of these core crystals, just the size 8s, nothing more. I'm not going through the 11s, just the size 8. And when I pull this up, you can see we are creating a little circle, and we are ready to move on. So I am going to, actually I'm going to sort of suspend this in the air and kind of work upside down for a sec here. So I'm always going to move along 1 core bead in every single stitch. So I'm gonna, before I pick up my pattern here, I'm gonna pick up 1 core bead, and I'm gonna pick up my pattern, which is always the same: 1 seed bead, 1 crystal, 1 seed bead, and I'm gonna take this down, and then I'm gonna come through 4 seed beads 1 more time. However, I'm not gonna come through the same 4 I've been through before. I'm gonna come through 4 with counting the one I just added. So it's, I always kind of like count backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know this is the 4 I need to come through. So kind of on one side I'm gaining a core bead, and on the other side I'm leaving a core bead behind. And I'm gonna pull this up again. So once more, I have a nice little loop. Now what you need to do, and kind of like this stage, you need to decide if you're gonna spiral left or if you're gonna spiral right. Because I'm right-handed, I always like to push my spiral to the left and work that way. So I'm gonna pick up one core bead, one size 11, one crystal, one size 11. I'm gonna take these down, and once again I'm gonna come through 4 beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know I need to come through those 4. Another way to identify which 4 beads you need to come through, because you can see where is the loop going into and just miss that bead and go into the next one. So once again I'm going to pull this up and then fold that, or turn if I need to turn that beadwork around, so that loop I just did is towards the left. So one core bead, one size 11, one crystal, one size 11, taking this down. That's where my last loop is, so I know I need to miss this seed bead. So I'm just gonna come through, I'm gonna just pull this up. I'm just going to come through 1, 2, 3, and 4 and pull this. I do have to apologize that I am expecting a delivery, and if that comes out, I will have to go and open the door because I'm on by myself. Now I've got a little bit of beadwork holding on. I'm going to let the tail go, and I am going to do exactly the same but the other way around. So I'm going to pick up one core bead, one size 11, one crystal size 11, and I'm gonna take these down and come through the last 4. So now, because I turned around, my loops are going to be, I'm going to be collecting them to the right. And what you have to be careful when you pull this up, that you don't get caught with any of the other loops before or after. So I'm going to pull this up nice and tight, and I'm going to keep on carry on. I do like to hold on to my bottom end between my little finger and ring finger, or if it's smaller, sort of kind of wrap my beadwork around, and then I hold on to the beadwork itself with my index finger and thumb, so kind of like suspending it there, and I can always like kind of like turn it the right way, so now I'm stitching where I need to stitch. So I'm going to pick up one core bead, one size 11, one crystal, one size 11. I'm going to take this down just like that, and then I'm going through the last 4, which is including the one I just picked up of size 8. Pretty green DIY Dream Wedding saying. I love this color. I love this tealy color. It is one of my favorite colors. David is saying it's really straightforward and easy to do. Absolutely. Sometimes, like once you start spiraling, like you can see that the core beads are kind of like twisting. If you as I'm going through, you can, so I don't like to pull my thread through so many times, like every single beads. I like to pull my thread through as many beads I can at the same time. So sometimes you just need to wiggle it so you can get all 4 on your needle, because the more, I call it the arm work, the more arm work you do, the more arm exercises you do, obviously it's longer it's going to take to make something. And the longer, sort of, so I do like to pull through. Now there's one more cheat I usually do, which I'm going to show you just now, is so when I go through my 4, just like that, what I like to do, this is what I personally do, I pull this through, and before I pull the whole of the string through, I pick up my core bead, and then when I'm pulling the previous loop on, I already have my core bead on there, so therefore I can go one, because otherwise you would have to kind of do two motion. You have to slide the beads down and then do your loop. So this one, I'm picking up my seed bead, crystal seed bead. I already have got the core bead on there. I'm going to go through the 4 I need to go through, and then pick up the core bead and pull it through. So I'm kind of like only pulling it through once this way. So I do love working out all sorts of different ways how it makes my beadwork quicker and quicker as I go along. Because sometimes you have all the time in the world and we can just sort of sit there and do things. But sometimes, like for me, when I have to make samples up, and especially if I do like 10 colorways and I have to make 10 samples up, I'm gonna go back to the other way again. To show you the difference. So I'm just going to stitch this through. When you have to make 10 colorways up, it is always time consuming, and then I look for ways how I can speed the whole process up. So I'm going to keep on going with the old way, and this is the difference. So I'm picking up one core bead, one size 11, one crystal, one size 11, and before I could go through the 4, I need to pull these beads down, or I go to 3 to tighten the loop up, but then I need to still pull it through the 4. So again, I'm pulling it through, I'm pulling the beads down first. I hope this makes sense. Please let me know in the comments if this makes sense, because this is sort of my sort of logic. And then I'm gonna go through 1, 2, 3, 4. And then pull this up. Then next one, again I'm picking up my pattern, I have to pull it down, so I'm lifting my arm, then I'm going through and I'm lifting my arm again. So I got 2 movements to make one stitch this way. If I go to my way is I already have got the core bead on there, because I picked up as I was going through the stitch. So I'm picking up my pattern. I'm gonna come through the 4. Once your thread gets a little bit shorter, I guess it's easier. Then I'm picking up my core bead before I pull my needle through. So I only have to pull this through once. So again, I'm picking up my pattern. I'm pushing my needle through the 4 bead. I need to push it through. Before I pull the loop tight, I pick up my core beads, and in the same motion I pull this core bead down to the core, to where it needs to be. So can you see, like, just by changing a little bit in a stitch like that, you are kind of speeding up your work and how you make things. So there's all sorts of different things. There's always ways to I just pricked myself with a needle. There's always ways to speed things up. Now, the next step we would have to do is to add the clasp on there. And there's different ways to add a clasp to a spiral. I like to, if I just added a clasp right here, I would be having, I don't know, a gap on the end, and to show you what I mean. So if we look at this one, the crystal's finished there, but then this part of the back would be exposed. So what I kind of like to, as I'm stitching backwards and forwards towards the clasp, I add in extra lines. Just seed beads or seed beads and crystals. I could have had another crystal on there, quite frankly, and it follows sort of the pattern all the way to the end, because otherwise you have more of a flat on one side and more of a round on the other side. I think paying attention to endings like that is just always makes it a little bit a little bit more, a little bit sort of, not like sort of nicer, but I think it's just a little bit more professional. And it's that there's a difference between like sort of handmade and homemade, and like I call I call Christopher's, like especially when he was little, is I call his makes like little pasta glue on things are like homemade makes, but I think handmade is what we're trying to do here, is like the difference between the two is not much really. The difference between the two, in my opinion, is just like paying attention to the little detail, that how to finish the end, and that's I'm going to show you that just right now. Okay, so I am gonna grab a clasp. It doesn't really matter what color I guess I grab. So I just grabbed a black one. Here in the kit you get gold one with this. Let's grab the gold one because in the kit you get the gold one. Listen, I think I also love this stitch. I love it. Morning Elaine, nice to see you here. What size beads? So I'm using size 8 seed beads for the core and size 11 seed beads and crystals for the outer edge. The Dream Wedding UK, I will have to try this one. Yeah, this one is a really good, and especially if you do it in crystal AB, a really good one for weddings, because you can make a bracelet up maybe half an hour. You know, it grows very quickly, but it looks very effective as well. And you could, like, if you're making a necklace, the other things what you could do, that you put some bigger crystals in the middle of the necklace, or like join it together as a V shape. There is so much thing you can do with this one. So let's add the clasp. As I'm coming out of this seed bead here, I'm gonna pick up another seed bead, size 8. I'm going to take this down. I'm going to go to the loop on the clasp, and I'm kind of going to be reversing what I have been doing before. So I'm going to take this clasp down. I'm going to go back into my core beads. So I'm going to go through 4 of them. The one I just added and 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to pull this up. So our clasp is stitched at the end once, but we're not going to stop there. We're going to keep on going. So I'm going to pick up my pattern. I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead, 1 crystal, 1 seed bead. I'm going to go through this single seed bead right at the end and the clasp, the loop on the clasp. I'm going to pull this up. So I just added an extra unit in there. Then I'm going to turn around. I'm just going to turn this so I'm coming around. In the exposed part, I'm going to come back through 3 of those size 8s. So we've sewn the clasp on twice now. Then I'm going to pick up just size 11 seed beads. So I'm going to pick up 3 size 11 seed beads, and I'm going to go up, I'm going to jump back over these 2. I'm going to go through the 1 just before the clasp and the loop of the clasp. Then I'm going to turn around, come down 2 of the core beads, and can you see this is the 3rd time we are stitching the clasp to the, and it's got a little knot, the clasp to the bracelet itself, or if it was necklace. Oh, come on thread, you have been behaving all morning. And then I'm going to be turning. I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads and go back through the very top one again through the loop. So this is the 4th time we are stitching, and because size 8 seed beads got quite a large hole we can go through, and I'm just going to go through one more time, coming down to the 2, and I'm just going to pick up a single seed bead this time. And then go up through here. One more time. Pull this out of the way. Through the loop of the clasp. I'm going to have to do it separately as it moves away. And then with that, I attach the clasp. So 5 times we have sewn the clasp to the bracelet, so it's really, really strong. Camille, thank you very much. Camille is my little, like, she's always reminding me, take a sip of your coffee. A very smart buy to streamline the stitch, and I agree on the handmade versus homemade versus handmade. There's extra details add the quality of the products, absolutely. Like I love all handmade and homemade stuff as well, and I think sometimes you know, when something's got little imperfections, it's even more precious because you can see the character and there's loads of things in it. So I'm not like saying like homemade is not not good. I really value it, and I think it's just as good. But I think the point kind of I wanted to make that by doing a little bit sort of paying a little bit more attention at the ends, you can really sort of tidy up your pattern. Now I'm gonna have to sew this off, this thread, so I'm gonna go back down in my core bead and I'm gonna do a half hitch knot. So let me actually hold on by the clasp because I'm going back on myself, and I'm kind of, as I'm going down, I'm going to be turning my bracelet here. So I want to make sure I don't get caught on any of the loops. I think my delivery is here. I'm gonna have to open the doors. I'm really sorry. Can you just hang on 1 second? I am back, sorry. I'm getting a little freezer delivered, and it was supposed to come on Monday, but it didn't come, and it's like, it's coming today, and it's always, it's always a day, it's always the way, it always comes like when you're right in the middle of something. So I'm gonna go down, and I wanna go down a few beads, so I don't just want to stop above the, just right underneath the clasp. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go down a few beads. I like to go down until I get where the crystals are, and then I am going to do a 1 thread knot. So a 1 thread knot or half hitch knot is basically you're going to go in between 2 beads, and I don't want to go through a bead. I am going to catch the thread path between the 2 beads just there. And I'm going to pull my needle through. As I'm pulling my needle through, I have this little loop forming at the end of my thread. And before this loop disappears, if I pull this through, that loop would disappear. I want to take my needle through the loop itself. And as I pull this up, I'm going to have a little knot form on the top of the thread there. And that will secure down your thread very well. I like to do this a couple of times, so just go down and repeat the process. Be sure that you only catch the thread between the 2 beads and you don't catch any of the beads with themselves. And I just made a mess here with this thread, which, there we go. I'm kind of like conscious of the the delivery, and I'm sort of listening out for that one as well at the same time. So and let's pull this up nice and tight. So that's how easy it is. I will work this off later, and then you can go ahead and then you can continue the other way. You can just sort of keep adding your stitches. I would add a core bead, and then you keep on going, and you can spiral the other way as well. Really easy as that. So you can make so many different colors. You can mix your colors. You could use like, if you don't have to do a whole rainbow one. You could, like the rainbow one, I think it's really beautiful, and it's kind of like ombre on there, but you don't have to do a whole rainbow one. You could just use 2 or 3 colors and go backwards and forwards in the colors as well. That looks really good as well. So there's all sorts of different variations that you can do, and try out with different beads. Once you learn the technique, try it out with different beads. Now don't forget the rainbow bracelet kit, which is makes 10 10 bracelet. That's the one which is on offer today, so instead of $36.75 it's $24.99. Otherwise it's $6.99 to make a bracelet, and I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so you can see more. $6.99 to make a bracelet. And Camille is saying my hair is so long. Yeah, it has grown. So beautiful. But if you want to make a necklace, you can, and I'm very quickly just going to look. I said I would look in my cupboard because I got a brand new storage the other day, and did I move it? And I've been moving everything about so I can find them easier, but I bet you now, because I said that I can find things easier, I won't be able to put my hand on it. Spiral staircases. Oh, there we go. So I got the drawer. It actually might as well be at work. It could be that colorway, what Mina was saying. I had another sample for it, but now I got the tray out. What I'm going to do, because we still get a bit of a time, I'm going to show you some variations. Would you like to see some variations, like just a sample, so you can see all the sorts of things you could do. So I'm going to take this out. Do check them out on the website. So using just the hex cut beads, and we do have kits for this one as well. So can you see how thinner and skinnier the weave is at the same time? These, I love doing these because these can make just such a lovely chain to put a pendant on. So you could be like, these are size 11, size 15. So just to put it in comparison, I'm going to put the bracelet next to it where I was just making today. Can you see like how much skinnier is that? How much skinnier is that next to it? So that's one variation you could do. What I said about graduation is that you could start off with smaller crystals at the top, and we have got some kits for this one as well on the website. You could start off with smaller crystals at the top, and the weave is slightly different on this one because can you see there is 2 seed beads next to the crystal and not just one, so that they all sorts of different. And then as you move down, this is 4 mil, 5 mil, and then 6 mil at the bottom. So if you're making stuff for like a wedding, seeing this being made so pretty. So when you make something like for a wedding, it's like when you put the graduation in it, it just makes it a bit more special as well. Now I have done like here is the one just with seed beads. Oh, I'm gonna show you this one in just in a sec. Here is one with seed beads as well. These are crystals. Oh, the rainbow one. So rainbow one where you have got like so many different colors of crystals. Now you don't have to rainbow it that way. You could have like, I think it was like 14-15 sections of yellow and then orange, red, pink, sort of all going all the way around. You can rainbow a bracelet that way as well. It's really up to you what you would like to do with it. Now this is a double spiral. So you got 2 spiral going around the core beads themselves. That's a really good one to do. This has got pearls on that instead of the crystals. You have got pearls on that, again give you a very different effect. And this, let me have a look. Oh, I got it, I found it. I found the sample I was looking for. So this is the color we were missing, what was showing up. What was the name of it? Let me just look on the website very quickly, scroll down. So this is the matte blue, very, very nice. I love the seed beads, they're the 288. I know that I don't know why I know the numbers of the seed beads more than I know their name, but it's a hint of gray in a light blue. I really love this color of seed beads, and then you got the beautiful hint of blue crystals in there as well. Love this one. So again, goes with jeans, but again goes with grays as well because it's only got like a hint of blue and a hint of gray in there, kind of like going together. Love the double one. Have had a live on that one. No, we haven't done a live on a double one. Debbie, you are good at full full of good ideas today. I'm gonna have to write it down, and we're gonna have to do that some point, because it's a really nice one to do. So this one is 2mm crystals, and just makes it a little bit more daintier, but again the pattern is the same. What else? And if you like the double one, you're gonna love this one. And we did this as a project in the is there any other different ones on there? No, I think you see most of the versions. So if you like the double one, you're gonna love this one, because we did this in the Bead Club not that long ago. But when I'm saying not that long ago, I think it was June time last year. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So this has got a triple one down at the bottom, and then it goes into a double one. It's only using seed beads. We haven't got any crystals on this one, but a double one on the side and a single one at the top, and using like a crystal button as the clasp, and a larger crystal just sort of divide up the sections. I really like this one as well. And there is another sort of section for a triple one here. I want to show you, very effective. But when I do triple, I like to use just seed beads themselves, because I think they look really good. You do have fab memory though. Lucy's saying I like the dainty ones. Camille's saying, Minnie's saying she watched the video last weekend. I had lots of caffeine. Oh yeah, that's good. I need loads of caffeine. I think I'm on my 3rd coffee today already, and I think probably have another 3 or 4 by the end of the day. That slide crystal is beautiful. She's saying I'm very quickly scrolling back if I missed anything. When doing a 4, 6 and 8mm, do you still use the same core and seed beads? Yes, you do. So with this one, going back, can you see that the core hasn't changed all the way through? So we got size 8s there, and we got size 8s further up as well. And you just sort of go on. Now if you go up to 8mm, you might need to, so can you see when we're going down to even the 6mm, it's spiraling much more than when you are up at the 4mm, because you're adding the volume, you are adding in the middle, it kind of makes it spiral even more. The beads are thicker because they're 6mm. So by using the same pattern, you're going to have the effect that in the middle, let me just pop this step back down so you can see it from above. In the middle, not along like you're using larger beads and it's going to be larger, you are getting the effect that the weave is much more spiral with the larger beads, and like sort of goes down and even down further at the top, but using the same number of core beads and the same number of beads on the top as well. Oh, David is saying we have a new dishwasher coming on Monday. This is saying, oh, love that. Right. Okay. So, oh, that was like show the samples. Yes, please. That's for me today. I don't think there's anything else here. I got loads of other ones with sort of smaller crystals as well, and using like a little bead at the end of the clasp. I think they were kits for this one as well. This was like a multi-buy one somewhere on the website, but don't hold me to it because we done so much that like I kind of can't remember, and then things go out of stock as well. These are 3mm crystals. So if I put a 3mm crystal and let's put a 4mm crystal next to it, what we're working today, that is like kind of like the size difference for you. So this one is using size 11 cores and size 11 on the outside. This one is using size 8 cores and size 11 on the outside. Start with the 4mm and the larger cores, and then if you fancy, you can work your way down to smaller ones and daintier ones to do. Obviously, the larger the core bead, the quicker the bracelet or necklace will grow. So with that one, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to see, because the guy's just gone, I'm going to see if that package is, that is a big package, that box is all right. So everybody have a beautiful weekend. I will be back next Wednesday. Natalie's going to be with you on Monday. And have a beautiful weekend. I hope the weather holds out. We have got an open day at the warehouse tomorrow. Simon did say to please mention it, and I always forget these things. I feel like I need like sticky notes, and I need to stick it on all over my screen here. So you got an open day at the warehouse tomorrow. So if you're around, please do pop in and say hello. I love to say hello. I will be there as well. And It's always fun. Lucy's saying, stay blessed, everyone. Much love to you all. Oh, much love. I so appreciate it. Like all of you turning up and watching me all the time. And like I really do feel we have got a very nice community here and get sort of much love. Ruth is saying thank you. Dion Venturing saying thank you. Have a lovely weekend, Mandy. You too. Bye, Debbie. Thanks you for the ideas. Mina, goodbye as well. Debbie, can you just like when you have any ideas, you just need to text me. Like, this is what we said, because I forget a lot of things. I need to start writing things down. Thank you, Adelina. Thank you so much. Right, everybody, have a beautiful weekend. I'm gonna go and take this little one out because she's sitting up now. She knows. She's got a biological clock there. She knows like an hour is almost up, and she knows that I'm probably like, oh, she's saying goodbye now. So I will be let out. So I'll speak to you very, very soon. Bye, everybody. Bye, bye, bye.